Hi guys, Glasgow here once again. Welcome back to my channel. On this video, I'm going to talk about secession, in particular California, and their stupid ass idea about them thinking they're going to secede from the United States. And no, it's not based on, they can't because the Constitution says that no state can secede. Well, that's bullshit. They can operate under the theory of when to rise up and switch governments, turning out for own, which every individual has the right to do. So I don't care what happened after the Civil War. States can still secede no matter what the federal government says. We seen it almost happen back in 2012. I'll go more into that a little later. Number one, California wouldn't survive. Same with New York. If they wanted to secede, they wouldn't survive on their own. They have no real economic powerhouse. They have some agriculture. They have fucking Hollywood and Silicon Valley. That's not productive enough to maintain a small state economy. Especially when they're so overtaxed right now. It's hard to believe they still hold anything. They got companies fucking leaving California in droves to business-friendly places like Texas. What the hell do you think they're going to do when they secede? And everything goes up, they're going to say, fuck you, we're out of here. So California will not secede, despite all their fucking huffing and puffing, especially in that dipshit Brown. It's just a bunch of fucking hot air. Now, let's go back to 2012 and the states that did have a fucking chance to secede and would have fucking survived. I came up with this back in 2012 as I started to examine this. And on a funny note, back in 2012 when these states wanted to secede, California says they can't secede, they have to obey the fucking federal government, blah, 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 blah. How times fucking changed, you fucking retards. Now, back in 2012, there were states that wanted to leave. One of which was Texas. And quite frankly, if the following states you want to worry about ever seceding in the Union, these are the ones that could fucking survive. That would be Texas, Alaska, North and South Carolina, Kentucky, I believe, could do so, Oklahoma, and the Dakotas. Maybe New York really couldn't do it on its own. No, if they fracked, they could do it. Which is the reason why the states I mentioned are important, because they mainly have oil. The North and South Dakota have oil. The oil from the exports, they offload the boats. I think maybe even Virginia. Don't put me on the Virginia one. So any state that can get its from oil and fracking would be the best off and could support itself with the oil alone. That's why those states would have been able to find it surviving. New York can't really do it. California really can't do it because they have no import. California really can't do it because they have to import most of their shit. And with the export, movies aren't as good as they fucking used to be. Silicon Valley is just a waste dump anymore. Bullshit. But anyway, those were the states back in 2012 you need to watch out for, because I knew if they really wanted to, not only could they secede if they really wanted to, they could join and form a new state of union. Especially when you went straight down there from the Dakotas to Oklahoma and all that. You could have made a good joint right there, and you could have actually technically split the United States in two. Literally. And then if New York went, they had to go, New York and I think Kentucky, where Fort Knox is at. They had the gold reserve, so they could have survived off that. West Virginia could probably go off coal. Coal's pretty cheap, but they could outsource it to other countries that would buy it, and that'd be their main source, so they could survive for a while. So, any state that can support itself, mainly through oil, fracking, and coal, are the ones that can survive if they ever secede from the Union. And that's why it's always important to keep an eye on that. Look at who's fucking trying to secede. It got to the point in 2012, I don't know how many of you remember, but I kept track of it, that you had people saying, go ahead, let them secede, but they got to pay their portion of debt. Why do they have to fucking pay their portion of debt? The states that were willing to fucking secede didn't fucking owe a debt. They were fucking running in the goddamn black. They weren't the ones that were running into a fucking deficit. They're the ones who actually took care of their fucking money. They minded their money. Places like California, Michigan, and New York that can't keep a fucking budget were the ones that are in the debt. So it's fucking bullshit what they're saying. They go to hell. That was back in 2012. And I would agree. That's why I said those guys were a threat way back then. I said to a lot of my coworkers. And I wrote it out. That's where I got my notes here from. Made me think about it. And the other good thing about that is if those places had left, all of them states left, including the gold reserves, the United States, what was left of it, would have been in serious trouble because you would have no fucking oil. You'd have no way to get your oil in here. You'd be functioning off of your oil reserves, and which would you go through pretty damn quick. You could bring in the fucking military because a lot of them states have fucking military bases on them. And then really, if you tried to invade a fucking another state, you'd have more coming to their aid and succeeding even more. So there was nothing. They were actually pretty lucky that they dropped it after a while. Once they go, you can do it. Yeah, you could. It's kind of a weird way to do it, but you could. And many were saying, well, the governors wouldn't fucking back secession even if they tried. Ain't up to the fucking government, our governor. They have to go by what the people say. The majority rules in a fucking state. That's why you have the electoral system. The majority only works in the electoral system, only works to each state. Then the states only get X amount of electors, which I'll go over in another one, which I think should change anyway. California, New York, and Texas do not have the fucking right to control those 3 states, and Florida, make that 4. Those 4 states do not have the right, in my opinion, to have such a majority control of the rest of the fucking union. Piss off. It's bullshit. Especially now that you see that the ones on the east and west coast are nothing but a fucking bunch of liberal-leaning people. California is just almost a fucking total Democrat state. There's some Republicans in there, but not very fucking many. It's so bad in California that you don't even have a fucking choice anymore. There's not even any Republicans running. So, they don't have a fucking choice. It's almost on the verge of fucking communism. I say in the way of choosing who to fucking be your electorate. So, there's that point. This is just a quick video of my thoughts on California in succeeding. California will not succeed. They're fucking worthless as a state. Like I said before in previous hours, that fucking thing would just get that goddamn earthquake and fall into the ocean so we don't have to deal with it anymore. And California is the only reason, well, there's another reason that if you took California out of the popular vote, Hillary would have been beaten in a popular vote. Then just take away the 7 million bullshit illegal votes on top of that, and she'd been totally decimated. So, that's my thoughts. What do you guys think? Go down below, like, dislike, comment, and subscribe. Costs you nothing to do this. Keeps me going. Let me know what you think. Let me know what to discuss. Until, as always, you guys take care, and I will see you next time.